This is the sort of thing that I discuss and go into more depth with in some of my courses for my character design class. But what I'm doing here is all about drawing in the sketchbook in reality is drawing from life and trying to capture people and what they're doing and what they're thinking. A lot of times I look at a lot of different people's sketchbooks and stuff, and what I notice is they just doodle a lot. And when by doodling, what you're doing is, you're just coming up with different ideas in your head, which is fine, but you don't really have a basis or an understanding as to why you've even drawn it or why it's working. And a lot of the times those drawings will fall apart. The most important thing that I tell people is not to just carry now that doodle book, and this is something I was talking to a brilliant illustrator named CF Payne, and he mentioned this, the doodle book and sketchbook, and I thought, that made perfect sense. So what I like to do is just talk to you about that is don't just carry a sketchbook that you're just going to just doodle in. Make sure you carry a sketchbook that you draw and observe life in, because this is where you're going to grow. This is where you're going to get the knowledge to turn those doodles into something that's a lot more solid and a lot better in the long run, and it's going to help you all around when you're doing your character designs or anything else you may be doing. So observe as much as you can, and the only way you get better at this is by drawing, and by drawing is what makes you get better. So you need to kind of start taking those doodle books and put them aside, buy some new sketchbooks. So you don't need to buy expensive paper or anything else like that. And from there, what you're going to do is just start capturing life. So when you're out at the comic conventions, when you're out at the airport, when wherever you may be at lunchtime, start trying to look and observe how people sit, how people react, how people move, how people talk, how people walk, and so on and so on. So this was a drawing that I had done based on a guy that was standing in front of me. It was actually in a life drawing class that I'm taking, and he was just, the model never showed up, so he just stood there for us to draw. So the things that I was looking for, you can see how I started to develop my process was just starting off real loosely and real quick. I'm not trying to make a perfect drawing straight off the bat. That's not my goal here. You need to make sure that in order to get the sort of fluidity and life and feeling out of your drawings, you need to be able to feel it. You need to be able to feel the weight. You need to be able to feel this person standing there and make sure that you convey that sort of reaction in your drawing. So here I think I've captured the sort of weight of this guy, and a lot of things that I talk about in my character design course is about the negative space and designing and putting things together. This is just one of the things that I'm constantly thinking about as I'm designing. I'm looking around and trying to think of all that different negative space that's occurring within the drawing. That way, if I were to darken this drawing in, you would at least have some sort of inclination as to the silhouette and the clarity of this drawing. So I've taken my rough sketch, and that's what usually I'll do. Say it's a piece of paper, and I draw on my piece of paper and I rough something out really loose, really quick. Then I take another sheet of paper, and that's when I start to address any of my, just detailing it up a bit more and start to strengthen the drawing. And then if I'm going to do, this like black line on it, the concept is, and I talk about this a lot, is you don't want to trace. If you just start tracing the lines that were down there before, you're not going to be able to capture the life of your drawing that you initially had. So you want to try to maintain that, but this is your chance to start to add any other details or anything else that you wish to do. So just keep in mind just about being loose, stay rough, draw in your sketchbook, but try to capture life as much as you can. Take life drawing as much as you can. All these sort of things are going to help you. And when you come around to doing your, memory sketching or anything else, you're going to have this knowledge of what a person looks like and how they stand, what a profile looks like, what the back three-quarter of someone looks like. Because it's amazing to me to look at certain designers' work, especially when you're starting out trying to figure it out. You haven't really drawn the back of someone's head before, so when you all of a sudden you have to do a turnaround, you don't have the knowledge or anything else. So it's very important that you maintain and understand all this sort of thing, because this is just going to help you grow. And this is all about having fun and enjoying yourself. And it's one of those things where you're not going to get it straight away, but as you know, The more you practice, the better you're going to get, no matter what discipline it is, whether you're trying to play guitar, whether you're trying to, be a singer, whatever it is you want to do. You need to understand that you need to work at it, and you need to work hard at it, and that's how you're going to stand out. So now what I've just done, I've just taken another layer on underneath. And by the way, this is Alias Sketchbook Pro, and it's a really great program. So the thing that you just need to the thing that I did next was I just took an additional layer, and it's just almost like a cell. I've done my drawing, and now I'm painting on the back underneath, the same sort of thing you would do in Photoshop. So this is just one drawing out of hundreds that I do in my sketchbook all the time, and you just want to have fun with it. You just want to enjoy yourself, relax, stay loose. Don't feel the pressure of getting the perfect drawing. Don't feel the pressure of just that this has to go in a portfolio. It doesn't. Everything you do doesn't have to go in your portfolio. You're going to start to build up better artwork that goes in your portfolio, but this is the first thing that you need to do. So remember just to see and observe and remember, and start to just practice this on a daily basis. Draw your friends, draw anyone around you. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you again next time.